I am Aparna Anand, AVP Partnerships and Outreach at SINE IIT Bombay. Along with me, I have Janvi Suryavanshi, who is part of the program management for Build 4.0 on behalf of SINE IIT Bombay. We also have along with us our colleague Dimple, who is supporting us in conducting this session. Additionally, we would like to welcome Brinda and Ashwin from the Boeing team, who are here to provide you invaluable insights into the program. And also we have the winner from Build 3.0 finals, Parikshit Sohni from Glovatrix, who will be sharing his experience with us. Let us quickly walk through the flow of session planned for today. We will start with who we are as SINE, what we do, followed by what Boeing does. Then we will provide you with an overview about Build program and details about the current Build 4.0 challenge. Then we will hear from the winners from the last year, the co-founder of Glovatrix, who was one of the winners of Build 3.0. We are also very happy to have Brinda and Ashwin from the Boeing team with us, who will answer any queries that you have. To begin with, let us start what we at Society of Entrepreneurship and Innovation do. SINE stands for Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We are one of the earliest incubators that was set up at a technology institution. We have an experience of almost 2 decades. SINE, being a technology business incubator housed at IIT Bombay, our main focus is to foster innovation-led entrepreneurship. Since the time we started in 2004, we have supported more than 239 startups across the tech sector in their growth journey through our various programs such as incubation and pre-incubation program. Our incubation program is for a duration of 3 to 5 years, which depends upon the gestation period of the startup. We provide hand-holding and support to startups right from their ideation stage to development of the prototype and then reaching the MVP stage, and then proceed to scale up in the market by giving them access to several opportunities, mentorship, and other related initiatives such as infrastructure, several funding avenues, governments and VCs funding, connecting them with institutions, big corporates for the open innovation programs, and industry partners such as Boeing to help them take their idea and propel them in their growth journey. We will also talk about what Boeing does. Just give us a minute. So talking about Boeing, Boeing is a global leader in the aerospace industry and has been a renowned name for the century now. And it has its presence in more than 150 countries. Where we hear Boeing, we think about a company that manufactures airplanes. But there is more to this business, as they are not just any commercial airplanes, but also have their vitals in defense, space and security, global services like flight operations, training solutions, parts, and supply chain. Boeing also has its presence in the startup ecosystem through initiatives such as Build. Talking about the Build initiative, the Boeing University Innovation Leadership Development Program, also known as Build, is a flagship program of Boeing India, and we are currently in the 4th edition of it. The program focuses on giving a platform to students that have graduated or just graduating and early stage startups across the country to innovate in India, for India and for the world. Just talk about the themes that are there for the program. The program is classified into 4 major themes: a core vertical of Boeing, aerospace and defense, which can support startups working in aviation, defense tech, space technology, satellite and communication system, autonomous vehicles and technologies. There's a theme focusing on technology startup in the domains such as IoT, future factories, deep tech, AI, and machine learning. The program also covers startups contributing to social impact, impact sectors like community and public welfare, medical aid and devices, education and skill development, urban and rural development. Sustainability is also an area of interest, which includes domains such as sustainable fuels, carbon footprint reduction, etc. Having talked about the themes, ideas beyond these themes are also welcome to be applied for this program. We will talk about the various regions that are available to our startups to apply with. Boeing has partnered with 7 incubators in India for executing this program, and SINE IIT Bombay is exclusively receiving applications for the Maharashtra and Goa regions. Other program execution incubator partners include IIT Gandhinagar, IISc Bangalore, IIT Delhi, KIIT Bhubaneswar, T-Hub Hyderabad, and IIT Madras. Let's talk about the timelines for Build 4.0. The call for application is already open, and the last day to register is 15th October 2024. How does it work? After internal screening of all the applications that we receive, top 10 teams or individuals will be shortlisted, and those teams will be informed about it by the end of October, tentatively around 30th of October. After internal screening of these applications and shortlisting of these 10 startups, they will be taken through a boot camp, which will cover a series of sessions addressing different aspects of business and will help them in refining their proposition. On the last day of the boot camp, the regional finals will be conducted by the respective incubators. Top 3 teams of the regional finals will move ahead for national finals, which will be happening at the office of Boeing India or whatever location specified, where we would be interacting with senior leadership of Boeing India. Out of the 21 teams that will pitch for national finals, top 7 teams will be declared as national winners and will get a prize money of rupees 10 lakh each and an extended support from Boeing and also from the incubator for a period of 6 months. The benefits of being a part of this: as part of being part of this challenge, the topmost benefit is that you would get a chance to win a cash prize of up to rupees 10 lakh. The startups get an opportunity to get an access to Boeing ecosystem that can be leveraged in their growth journey. As mentioned earlier, the top 10 startups will also go through an intensive boot camp that they will be taken through in a structured learning manner, in which different topics of business and product development will be covered. These sessions will be taken by serial entrepreneurs of SINE IIT Bombay, and professionals who will be covering this topic, like their go-to-market strategy, product development journey, design thinking, how to raise funds, or how do you manage your investments, etc. There would be opportunity given to the company or the startup to get incubated at SINE and get access to the entire SINE's network and ecosystem. The basic eligibility criteria for applying can be seen here. So who can apply? Students, if you are students who have just graduated or are graduating in 2025 from the engineering stream, for who have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, or and enrolled in PhD program, or are a postdoctoral researcher, are more than welcome to apply to this challenge. Applications can also be received from professors. Applications from professors would be accepted, and also from entrepreneurs. We are looking to work with startups in an ideation stage with a proof of concept that have not raised any external funding, or have do not have associated, they have an associated product, or they do not have any existing customers. That is the kind of startups that we are looking to, the ones who would like to participate in this challenge. The team size that we are looking at is, we are limiting the team size to 3 members per team only, and no more than 1 professor for each team, if there are any professors. Then talking about the boot camp, the shortlisted startups would be undergoing a boot camp of 3 to 4 days that will be conducted at the incubator partner, the details of which will be varying from region to region, and as and when required, the details will be shared with you. Again, we would like to highlight that there's a chance to win up to INR 10 lakh in prize money that you can use based on the flexible milestones that will be approved by the incubator partner. Also, let us quickly demonstrate how we can apply. The link for the applications is posted in the chat box. Just give us a minute, we'll be posting the link in the chat box. So you can click on the link shared and select SINE IIT Bombay for the Maharashtra and Goa region. You can fill out the form and submit your idea. The last day of submitting the details is 15th October 2024, and tentatively you will be hearing back from us by 30th October. With this, we conclude the overview, and we would now invite our winners from last time, Mr. Parikshit Sohni, to talk about his experience. Over to you, Parikshit.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for inviting me to share my experience for the next cohort of the Going Build program. So before I just share my experience, I'll give a quick introduction about myself. I'm Parikshit and I'm the co-founder at Gloatrix. And at Gloatrix, we are developing products for the speech and hearing impaired people. So deaf people usually interact in sign language, and it is very difficult for all of us to interpret what they are saying. So we have come up with a pair of gloves which have sensors in them. So the speech and hearing impaired person has to wear the device and do the same sign language. And the sensors data will be fed into a AI algorithm, which will convert them into speech and text so that everyone can understand what speech and hearing impaired people want to say. So it is a very technologically intensive product. I would say we are developing both the hardware and software stacks in-house. Hardware includes developing the entire hardware for the wearable device, which is, you can consider it is similar to a smartwatch. We are developing our own smartwatch, which has its own set of sensors. We are developing the firmware on top of it, which is embedded systems. And we are also doing cross-platform app development for Android, iOS. We have already developed a robust cloud infrastructure, which is deployed on AWS, which has our machine learning pipelines for real-time inference. So having said that, what I found out was like when I found out first about the build program, it was like one of their themes is social impact, but what I understood was like it is a very technology driven kind of a competition. All the support and collaborations that we would expect from a competition like that, like this was actually there when we first applied for. And after that, like as Aparna ma'am right now told you regarding the process, it was the same process for us. We also applied, we got shortlisted, and then we got a chance to be part of the regional startups which were being given the bootcamp session at IIT Bombay. So our center was obviously IIT Bombay. Again, a great experience. 3 days we were at IIT Bombay. We had different sessions from different people who are part of the startup ecosystem. The sessions were kind of covering all the topics that you need to be aware of when you are trying to run a startup. It can be something which is related to how do you file your IP, how do you register your patents, what is the process. There were sessions for marketing, there were sessions for finance, there were sessions for team building, there were sessions for how to develop or how to have that entrepreneur mindset, which is also very crucial for all the founders, I believe. And also we interacted with people from the investment circle also. I remember there was a representative of 100x VCs who had come there, who also gave us a good insight on basically how to prepare your pitch, how to think about your business from actually a business perspective. Like right now, we are in the process. Back then also, we were in the process of developing our product, and it was very, very technically intensive. So sometimes it may happen that your vision becomes very much related to tech. And it is a good reminder from time to time that we have to convert this idea into an actual business. And when we have to do that, we have to raise funds. So if we have to raise funds, what exactly is the investor looking for before they decide to invest in the startup? So these are very important things to understand. And we got a great exposure in the 3-day bootcamp that we had at IIT Bombay. Another great thing was IIT Bombay and SINE also got few of their own startups which they have incubated, who are already operational out of their incubation space. There were 2 startups who helped us understand the overall product development journey and also how to get your initial customers. What are the challenges that you face there when you're doing some sort of a technical development? How do you go about it? What might be the problems? What are the things that you need to avoid? So these were also very, very insightful sessions for us when we were part of the program. And also the team at SINE was very, very helpful. They helped us kind of tweak our pitch deck, which was kind of suitable for this particular competition for Boeing's build program. So after that, obviously we were selected in the regional finals. We were called to the Boeing campus for the finals. That was also like going to the Boeing's new campus was a great experience in itself. Really enjoyed that part. At Boeing, we obviously interacted with all the startups that were selected pan-India. I think there were 28 of them. And we got to see all their sessions, how they were pitching. We got to interact with them. And finally, we were one of the winners for the last year's Boeing program. So what happened after that was actually also extremely helpful for us. So Boeing is not just providing you with the grant money, which is obviously very crucial for any startup. But apart from that, being associated with the build ecosystem gave us a chance to interact with a lot of people from the tech side, and also they opened certain opportunities for us from a business side also. When we were interacting with Boeing, the overall idea was like after being the winners, we obviously got the first tranche of the fund. After that, there were calls every month where we interacted with the Boeing team. Everyone used to share their journey that they have done over that particular month. What were the updates? What are the new things that have been developed? What are the problems that you are facing? And what kind of help do you expect from Boeing? So in this case, it was very, very supportive kind of a ecosystem, no matter what kind of problem you present. So I was presenting two problems. One problem was I was looking for some expertise or some help in developing the embedded systems. So it was as technical as that. And on the other hand, like since we are making a wearable device for the deaf, which is essentially a glove. So we have to stitch a glove, and we were not able to find tailors. So I also raised that point that I am not able to find a tailor who can stitch a glove for me. So it can be as basic as that, it can be as complicated as having an embedded system. I'm sorry, someone was saying something. Okay. So yeah, we were able to have interactions on that. We got some connects for people who were going to solve our problems. We had good discussions with them. Later on, Boeing also helped us open a door for our first pilot program. We are still in talks with them, but it was a company that Boeing is partnering with. These are the people who directly supply to Boeing. So they are one of Boeing's original equipment manufacturers. So what happened was one of these OEMs is actually employing a lot of speech and hearing impaired people. So we had a discussion with them. We tried to understand what kind of problems are there in that particular workplace, and how we can how we can implement our system in that particular environment. So just having that conversation and understanding something from basically your end customer was the opportunity that Boeing provided us. And that was actually very insightful. We understood what exactly the customer might require in this particular use case. And we were able to tweak our products and push the product development in that particular direction. So at a very high level, these are the things that we benefited a lot from Boeing and SINE. One more thing I think I should mention regarding SINE and IIT Bombay also is that there are a lot of excellence centers in IIT Bombay that you can interact with. SINE, the team at SINE was very helpful, and I'm actually very grateful that they made those initial introductions. I was talking to people who were developing electronics, there is an excellence center in IIT Bombay for electronics. There is an excellence center for social impact and rural development also in IIT Bombay. So like for me, it was actually a good ecosystem where I could interact with different set of people from the tech side, from the business side, and also from the social perspective. So these are the things that were very valuable to me. And I think I will conclude with the last thing that was also like extremely beneficial. That was interacting with other startups. I think that is one of the things that every founder should do most often, interact with other founders. And when we were part of the boot camp at IIT Bombay, I was spending time, 3 days time, all the founders were just sitting together and discussing different aspects of their individual businesses. There is a lot of learning there. When we were at for Boeing campus for the final session, at that time also, one of the things was like all the startups had been put up in one particular accommodation. And throughout the day and even after that day, like it was a great experience interacting with the founders, learning about their journeys, and basically the feeling of having someone in the same boat is something that is very, very helpful. So yeah, this was my overall experience with SINE and Boeing. Very grateful to be part of this program. We definitely benefited a lot. Our product development journey got a good push because we were part of this particular program. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it from my end. If there are any questions, I can take them.
Thank you so much, Parikshit. That was very well summarized.
Yeah.
You've also mentioned what would be the intangible benefits to get into a program like this. So that
Yes,
is very
definitely.
well put together. Absolutely, at IIT Bombay, SINE IIT Bombay, it's not just the ecosystem that is within SINE is what it is the offer. Actually, the entire center of excellence where actually actual research happens. There's a lot of technology mentorship that you can get out of there. Apart from that, the impact of you interacting with the other startups, how networking helped you, all these are very valid points that you have made, and thank you so much. I would request you to wait for some time so that whenever we open the floor for questions, if there are any questions that the audience wants to ask you, you would be
Definitely,
available.
definitely. I'll be here.
Thanks so much, Parikshit.
Yeah.
Now I would invite Brinda and Ashwin from the Boeing team. They would be sharing their insights about the program, and you can directly hear from the horse's mouth how the previous three cohorts have been and what should you look forward to in this particular challenge. So Brinda and Ashwin, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out today.
Hey, thanks, Aparna. Am I audible? This is Ashwin.
Hi Ashwin, yes, you're audible.
All right. Brinda was facing issues with the audio. Brinda, are you good or shall I continue? All right. Seems Brinda is having a problem. Thanks, Aparna, for inviting us over. It's thrilling to be part of such, interacting with you all, guys. I mean, you have covered pretty much everything, Aparna and Parikshit. I think you even publicize for what we are doing as well. A very good summary, and nice to see you again. So thanks for having us over. As Aparna said, it's the fourth year that we are into this, and we are learning also in this venture, right? And Parikshit brought up a point about how important it is before even reaching the build program or Boeing. Me and Brinda have been involved in this since last 3 years. We were partnering with IIT Madras in 2022 and now partnering with the SINE since last year. What we observed was the ecosystem that each one of these incubators, especially SINE, offers is invaluable, right? From the right from the awareness and the exposure that you get at this particular step itself is invaluable. It's very important, and we have seen tremendous ideas. Since last 4 years, we have received hundreds of applications, thousands of ideas, and hundreds of teams participated since last 4 years. And finally, when we talk about winners, these were sort of fantastic ideas fueled by the mentorship they get from the incubators, right? So that's very important. And at Boeing, we value this. We also take this opportunity to interact with all of you, to learn from you, and see if there is something that we can do about it. As Parikshit said, it need not be only on the aerospace or defense as we are talking about. We are open to have hear from you on from different sectors like social impact or deep root technologies as well. So on behalf of Boeing, we welcome you all and participate and encourage you to participate in this wonderful program. SINE is hosting in collaboration with Boeing, and hope to see you all there. Thanks, Aparna.
Thanks so much, Ashwin. Brinda, we would like to hear from you as well.
I'm chatting with Brinda on the other line. Seems she still has some problem. Okay, Brinda, over to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I mean, I was just wondering if you could hear me. Am I?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay,
Brinda.
perfect. So thanks, Aparna, and thanks, Ashwin. I mean, from a Boeing perspective, I know Ashwin mentioned we value this program. We value the future talent that we have. Not just in the aerospace industry, but we want to encourage talent and entrepreneurship and innovation, and hence the investment in this program. Um, I think this is a wonderful program based on the feedback that we've heard. We've got almost close to 1,000 entries a year. We've been running it for the 4th time now, hence Build 4.0. So hope all of you will be part of it. And we are also very thankful to SINE, because I think the kind of expertise and the kind of backing, mentorship, coaching that you will get from our incubator partners, that is SINE, is tremendous, right? Because they have people, this is their main activity. I mean, this is what they do every day. So I would encourage all of you to please participate, please get in touch, and make use of all the mentorship that you can get from all the great coaches and mentors and leaders and technical people that we have across the board. So thank you everyone for making this session, and thanks Aparna and team for carrying us through these programs for the last couple of years and as we continue. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brinda. Now we are opening the floor for questions. Participants, they can ask any questions. We have Ashwin and Brinda to answer all your queries. You can type the questions in the chat box. Also, you can unmute and ask the questions. If you want, you can DM them to me.
Hello. Hi, I have a question. Like, other than the Boeing, like what other kind of startup you have supported so far?
You would like to know more about the winners from last year?
Not the winner, like just is there any other startup like other than the Boeing, like where they said that they support also other kind of startup, like what kind of other startup they have been like supporting so far? Just want to know few names if it is possible.
So Ashwin and Brinda, last year, you can talk about the winners from last year. Apart from this program, is there any other way that startups are getting supported by by Boeing?
All right, this is Ashwin. To answer your question, before we give the names, there are companies that we supported are from sanitation, so which have created social impact, and some of the deep technologies like wind turbine material. So these are some of the winners from last few years. But of course, we have a list of winners that we can share with you before this meeting ends. Brinda, you want to add anything? All right, seems Brinda is having a problem. So,
like I mentioned, we will be sharing the list of startups and the sectors that they belong to that has been supported by Build 4.0.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, we are from UK, a startup based in Cranfield. Actually, it is come through T-Hub that we participated.
Mhm.
We are looking to have some Boeing collaboration in India in terms of handholding in supply chain. Is this something that this team can help us connect?
Uh, That's a good
It's a
question.
scale-up support. It's a scale-up support for a startup in India. So we
So
are
that-
trying to get into minor repairs
So
with a joint venture into India.
yeah, so I'll answer this question, and also Aparna what she had asked in the previous question, whether Boeing supports anything other than build. So we do not have anything that supports the startup system apart from the build program. For example, if you want connect or networking in supply chain through Boeing, that can happen only through build. If you are participating in the build and getting there. And we also not only support the winners in the build program, but all the finalists, if they require any help, also on case by case basis, we ensure that they get the right support. But this is all under the ambit of the build program. Hope I answered your question, Gopal.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwin. So yeah, we are forming a joint venture and coming into India. So I don't know whether this fits into our bill, but we will try to apply and see where it takes us. But we definitely need, and we are engaging with the US Boeing as well, for pitching some of them from UK. So probably for the Indian business here, we would pitch in and see how you guys would support us.
Sure, wonderful. Any other questions?
Hey,
Then
ma'am.
yeah.
There is a question in the chat box. It
Yes.
was from Arun. Do we need a traction under an MVP to enroll?
No, you don't need an MVP to enroll. So if you get into the link, what Aparna has shared, so it clearly mentions that, even the problem need not be unique, right? Or the solution. So if you're tackling or providing a solution to the existing problem, we would be also interested to see how your approach is. So to answer your question, an MVP is not needed to enroll into this program.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is another question posted by Vedant Agrawal. This program is not for 2026 graduates. So Ashwin, would you like to take that?
Yeah, Aparna. So what we essentially do in build a program is we consider if it's year 2024, as Aparna mentioned in the second slide or third slide on the prerequisite, we consider the next year, the 2025 graduates, but we do not at this point of time consider 2026 graduates.
Okay. Hope that answers your question, Vedant. Any other queries that you have?
Is there any common contact number or email for build program so we can reach out as well?
We'll be sharing the emails in the next slide.
Okay, thank you.
There are a few questions that we've received on DM. One of them says that, are there any opportunities for internships, hackathons, or competitions that are related to Build 4.0 that we can participate in?
What was the question, Aparna? Can you please repeat?
Are there any other opportunities for internships, hackathons, or competitions related to Build 4.0 that we can participate in?
On the internship, no. This is we do not provide any sort of internship or employment in Boeing or in our incubator with our incubator partners. But again, as we if you're talking about the competitions, the boot camp is a wonderful opportunity that will happen at SINE, right? So I encourage each one of you to enroll to see if you can get selected to the boot camp. The 3 days or 4 days of boot camp is what you are talking about, right? This which will answer all your questions. It will have all that you need from hearing from industrial experts to getting coaching, mentoring. So yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful events are happening in that bootcamp.
Yes, we can vouch for that. It is a very informative 3 and 4 intensive boot camp that actually answers almost all the queries that the startups have. And we bring in mentors from various different fields. It's not only from technology or business. There are a lot of queries in terms of legal or the marketing strategies. All of it are answered during the boot camps. There's
Right.
another question that we have, Ashwin.
Mhm.
This says that what resources or support does Boeing offer to students or startups working on Build 4.0 related projects?
So as Parikshit said, we will have the winners will get a chance to interact with Boeing team through status calls every month or whatever the cadence is. And if any support is needed at that particular of time, we will definitely provide within the Boeing ecosystem, whether it can be technical, or as Parikshit said, it could be networking, right? I mean, we will be able to provide you opportunities to network within our ecosystem to get or to help you out on your issues.
Thank you so much for the details, Ashwin. Another question that we have is how can we further showcase our Build 4.0 projects or ideas for potential funding opportunity?
So, I mean, if I understand it correctly, apart from this program, let's say if you enroll this into this program, you're asking, are there any further opportunities within Boeing to showcase your product or seek help? So, apart from this, we do not have anything. So it is only through the build we encourage everyone to get enrolled and seek help from the ecosystem.
Yeah, but I would like to add here that during the launch of Build 4.0, there was a lot of opportunities given to startups who had earlier participated in, the first, second, and third cohorts. They were given an opportunity to pitch in front of array of investors, and they also got an opportunity to showcase their products and their MVP through stall that was put across. An entire showcase was done during the launch of Build 4.0. So maybe during the next such cohorts, startups who have participated would get this opportunity as well.
Absolutely, Aparna. Yeah, that's a right point. So this we did it for the first time. It was very unique when we launched 2024. Yes, so that's the idea going forward as well. And also we have received wonderful feedback from all of the participants, including partners. So which we will be implementing in 2025. So that gives an opportunity for all the participants who participated in the in past years to come and seek help or showcase their products or talk about their progress and interact with investors. So that can still be done. But if you're very specific about 4.0, yeah, that this is where we are.
Great.
Thanks, Aparna. Yeah.
So Ashwin, another question that we have in the chat box, as it was mentioned before that an MVP is not required, but having an MVP or a toy version of a product ready help us in getting selected?
Yeah, that's a good question. See, again, if we look into the historical information, what happened in last three and a half years, I wouldn't say that all the ideas that were selected or became finalist, not everybody had a MVP. Most of them still had, but there are some cases where the MVP we did not have, and that's one of the reason this funding can be used to create that MVP, right? I mean, to answer the question, it's still possible.
Thank you for sharing that information, Ashwin. Any more questions? Any questions, please feel free. You can type it in the chat box or you can ask directly.
Hi, if the idea is a bit a scale-up model, would Boeing or it has any funding capability or the platform which can fund an aerospace venture?
No, we don't do that through build. So essentially, the answer is no. If you're talking about, receiving funding based on your idea within the aerospace, that could probably be aligned to what Boeing is doing. We don't do that at this point of time, Gopal.
Thank you.
Any other questions? So if you still have any questions, you can always write to us. We're sharing the email IDs. You can note down these email IDs. You can always reach out to us over social media as well. Connect to us over LinkedIn. We'll be able to answer all the other queries there as well. We are sharing the IDs in the chat as well. You can note down the email IDs in the chat. The first one belongs to partnerships team. The second is the one that is common for the entire SINE community. And the third one is specifically dedicated to the build program. You can write to us on any of these email IDs. Since there doesn't seem to be any more questions, we'll be closing the session now. And we would profusely thank Parikshit to taking time out and being a part of this session, for sharing his experience in such details. I'm sure he would be inspiring a lot of startup founders and entrepreneurs to apply to this challenge. Thank you, Ashwin, and thank you, Brinda, for taking time out and answering all the queries of participants. We look forward to doing that session for our participants maybe in the next month.
Hey, thanks, Aparna, and thanks for setting this up. What's a better occasion than having it on Teachers' Day? So wishing you all a happy Teachers' Day and happy learning.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Same to you, Ashwin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to all participants. We look forward to receiving applications from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you all.